Hi everyone, it's Nadia here with Home is Within You. It's Wednesday, 5 p.m. and I want to welcome you to Wednesday Night Healing Chat. We will be doing these chats on Wednesday nights, and on Monday nights we will be connecting with some live readings. Some exciting things are happening here. I will be announcing that Home is Within You has been picked up by a major publisher, and there will be some exciting things happening. In the meantime, again, please check in here Wednesdays at 5 p.m. where we can talk honestly, openly here in a space that is judgment-free, where outside shaming is banned, where we see it for what it is, regardless of where it's coming from, and where we can tap into a place within us where our truth is always acknowledged and is always untouched. So tonight, what I thought we'd talk about is something that came to me in our morning meeting of my fellowship, and often comes to me all the time. And it is strength self-will? Tapping into our self-will to stay strong, to stay on course? And or is it surrendering? For me, it has been both. But I thought maybe we'd challenge our understanding of each and have a discussion about that. In my memoir, Home is Within You, I go through detail about the experience of a near-death car accident and how a big rig hit me and my car flipped and it landed in an embankment out of sight completely. How I wasn't breathing when they found me. How my brain bled. I had 22 broken bones, a punctured lung, internal bleeding. And how after a month and a half to 2 months on life support or a drug-induced coma, I was sent to a rehabilitation hospital, and the stories of coming to, the first things I remember, the body aches, and the process of moving from that and a near-death experience of being in a space where there is no fear or judgment, where everything made complete sense, past, present, and future were all combined into a body that could not move, that was aching with every move. And what got me up, what got me going, was, of course, my mind. And that great thing about our minds that is self-will placed into, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to move that foot. I'm going to walk again. Or I'm going to do that mile today. I'm going to get that memo done. I'm going to make those phone calls. I'm going to get through this stack of work that I have in front of me. Whatever it may have been for us today, something simple in a task, or a life goal, or a life or death situation. Self-will is good. Our mind, as I always have said, is survivalistic in nature. Our mind is created to help us survive in this finite body. That's how we are different than other animals. Without our mind, we would be an organism that wouldn't survive. So self-will is a good thing. But I have also seen it run haywire. And if you can imagine sitting back, and looking at our planet, it'd kind of be like looking at an anthill It'd kind of be like looking at all the ants scuttering around, each of them having a specific task that they have to complete. You know, each of us going about our day with our roles and our identities and our to-do lists on a, you know, factory line of streets, freeways, whatever it might be, in robotic modes, running on fifth gear or in high drive, basically like robots throughout our day. That has often led also to trying to control what I call intangibles, to trying to convince another to feel a certain way, to trying to stop ourselves from thinking a certain way, to future outcomes, to figuring things out that we just don't have control over, and that really truly aren't what we really are, which is love. We're all infinite spirits, whole, perfect, and complete, and we're just getting by, and we're doing a fantastic job in this physical life. All the things that we worry about are often based on future illusions. And so when I find myself running to stand still, like the line in the U2 song, running from here to there and here to there and worrying about something, worrying about someone's opinion, worrying about just all kinds of things that I have no control over, I know that I am not surrendering. Self-will is seen as strength. It can sometimes be an Achilles heel in a mind-run riot. Surrender, how is that often viewed? Surrender is often viewed as a weakness. Surrender is succumbing to an opponent's power. What are other definitions? Surrender is giving up. That's one definition. Surrender to me means sitting back and observing. It means not reacting immediately. It means watching my mind like an eagle. It means sitting back and surrendering to the only truth that matters. And that is that we all come from an original form, which is not this physical body. Surrendering to the only truth that is we are all an infinite form that is an aura and an energy and a spirit that is all in one space of love where there is no fear, no judgment, there's timelessness, formless, past, present, and future all in one. You can call it heaven, you can call it the unknown questions in the black holes. But the fact of the matter is there's an unanswered question or a reality that is a beautiful truth. This is just one physical life. There is an infinite life that we all come from. And so when I can sit back and say, okay, take it easy, Nadia. Don't react and watch my mind. My mind will attack situations. It will attack somebody's reaction. It will attack people, places, and things. Sometimes it doesn't even look like an attack. but I will try and figure every situation out. Everything. From everything, every single little thing. We all do it. And then we come to attacking ourselves. All of it is about trying to control outcomes and emotions and things that are all coming from our mind. If I and we sit back and surrender to the only truth, which is we are all part of an infinite source of love, light, and warmth and hope that is whole, perfect, and complete in one space of our original source. Surrender to that, and then surrender to the fact, this is my mind. I don't have to figure everything out. Sometimes it's painful situations. Sometimes it was recent situations with custody related to my children. It was trying to figure out details and agreements in the past. It was trying to figure out what a court would agree to. It was haywire craziness and pain and hurt in what is something I have no control over. The only thing that I could control and that you can control, if you are dealing with complicated legal situations or a complicated work project, is what you do with your thoughts and what we do to stay healthy and sober. So today, how are we applying our self-will? You better damn right. I applied self-will to get on right now. I applied self-will to begin what is a fantastic new schedule and calendar with what will be a fantastic announcement soon. I am so thrilled to announce what has happened to Home is Within You, a memoir. I'm so blessed and excited. And so self-will I use to get on here and connect. That's a good use. How are you using yours today? Hola Rico and Larry, Marianne. I know you guys all do fantastic things. So sometimes the way that we use self-will is to get our butts maybe to a meeting. Because we focus here on mental health and sobriety, is to get our butts to the fellowship. It's to take our medications regularly. It's to reach out for help. Those are all good. But sometimes self-will can have us trying to figure out everything. Trying to get through a court sentence quickly. Trying to convince somebody how sorry you are. Oftentimes, we have to just let go and sit back and observe and hold a space of healing for another's heart instead of forcing an acceptance of an apology. That's a good example. Sometimes it's holding space and quietness that is the love that we carry for our children instead of forcing a spouse or partner or court to agree to a better custody or visitation schedule. Sometimes when we are down, instead of beating ourselves up and trying to overanalyze and figure out why, it's sitting and observing and just surrendering Surrendering is the true strength. Surrendering takes non-reaction. Surrendering takes full acceptance of others as they are unconditionally. Surrender is accepting yourself where you're at unconditionally. Surrender means observation. It doesn't mean fighting and self-will. Self-will can often cause more chaos and more pain. So for any of you that may be struggling in self-will, I would like for you to share, and I can hold space for you. In the program of AA, there's a part in the big book that is called Self-Will Run Riot. And self-will run riot is when we are not surrendered to a higher power, when we are running the show, when we do not have a higher power as our employer, as was the reading this morning, as the director. Do you do that? With your emotions, with others, for situations that you wish were different? Often, what I have found is when I sit back and put it all in my higher power's hands and do the next best indicated step to stay sober and healthy one day at a time, and I take my hands off, it all works out. It took a very long time to get to this place. Heartache and heartbreak had me fighting to prove my worth, had me fighting to prove my truth when I was being shamed publicly for my mental health and addiction. It had me fighting and fighting to try and change opinions, change situations, beg my oldest son to know how much I loved him and how sorry I was, to help everybody know what a good person I really am inside. Running and fighting and running and proving, and one thing after another, banging my head against the wall with more and more to-do lists to try and stay healthy and sober. Me, on my own, Nadia. That didn't work. And it wasn't until I was on my knees, having tried left and right everything, outpatient, inpatient, daily meetings, step work, every single thing on my self-will, flashbacks running into my head saying I can handle this. Yet when the last one hit and I was not able to handle it and I thought I can be strong, my last relapses were totally and completely in the midst of a self-reliance run riot. That is not strength. Like the saying I shared last time, if you want to go quicker, go alone. If you want to go further, go together. And that means with the support of a fellowship and with surrender and empowerment through connection and giving it all over to a higher power that I call my home within me. You will feel a power and a peace and a calm more than you have ever known when you find that space within you to sit back and just say, after some deep breaths, whatever comes will come. I, today, will stay sober and healthy. That is what I can control. I, today, will observe my mind. I will not attack myself. I will not attack others as best I can. And I will put it all in the Infinite's hands. That is strength, friends. So I'm going to offer to hold any space. There's quite a bit of people that have come in. If you or anyone you know needs some space held right now, you can ask to join live. You can message me. And I'm here for you. Here, it is safe. There is no judgment. We banish shame, and your truth is seen. I don't give a damn what anyone has said about you. That is their words. You are a whole, perfect, and complete, infinite being. And I believe your truth. I see your truth. Banish the outside shaming. They cannot touch that one truth. Find that space within you. And know that in surrendering to that calm, you have all you need. I see your strength. Okay? Wait for some exciting announcements to come. I'm so excited to tell everybody. Keep your ears and eyes out. Okay? I'll be releasing a Kundalini Yoga Kriya soon, later tonight. Monday's live readings, Wednesday's healing chats here, Friday's some interviews with those that have helped me along my path, and Kundalini Yoga classes and meditations shared. Okay? Here, it's called spiritual advocacy. Here you can say whatever the hell you want, and here you can find calm and a spiritual home within. Okay, I love you. Thank you to all those strangers that have reached out. I really applaud your bravery to reach out and share your story with me. Thank you so much. Love you all.